start recording because, yes, we might need it later. So let's start by that. So the first thing I'm going to do, I want to know us better. So the next 10 minutes while we are waiting for people to join, we're going to take a poll. You're also going to see the result of the poll yourself. So in the meantime, so let me type the number of the poll in the chat. So we are going to have a conversation. All our conversation will be right here in the meeting. So we may not be typing on WhatsApp right now. If you have any questions or whatever, drop it here. I may not be going through my WhatsApp at the moment, although I allow typing in the WhatsApp group for now. All right. So if you are here in this call, and okay, let me also include another question that has to do with if you have a laptop or not. Just a moment, I'll release the number for the quiz right now. So I want to know those who have a laptop. Okay. All right, let me just give us the number right here. So we have 13 Slido. Slido ID 373934. So go to your Slido and get ready for my questions so that you can respond to some of the questions that I'm going to be putting forward. So quickly just go into your Slido. So for now, right. Yeah, I want to believe you guys are ready. So we are going to start with the first. Let's start with this one.
What's the code on the Slido?
I dropped the Slido's code already. Let me bring this just a moment. All right, I'll show you right now. Let me share my screen. All right, confirm if you can see my screen right now.
Yes.
Slido code is showing on the screen, and the live result is coming in as well. You can all see that. All right, so you'll be able to see what the result is saying live. Sorry, while I'll start showing the results. For now, the questions that the responses are coming in. Enough response to come in before I show the results, so that you can also see for yourself what the expectations are in the class, other learners as well. All right, the results will start showing right now. So yeah. I'm gonna mute for a while, and while you guys just enjoying So we are waiting for the next 4 minutes before we begin. Right. Let's look at the responses that we've gotten so far. We've gotten 19 persons have responded. Although some persons responded more than once or so, from what I'm seeing here. 19 persons have responded, and these are the keywords in the analysis of the responses. We have 7 persons or 7 places where people were interested in data analysis, the programming, they want to learn language, and then the application, the basic knowledge. So I'd like to let you know that, we are going to be touching on all of this. Everything here we're going to be touching on. So we will move on to the next question. Yeah, I know a couple of persons are just joining. If you are just joining and you don't know about what we are doing yet, you need to download an app called Slido. Slido, or you go straight on the internet, slido.com, type in this number, this question will pop up, give your response. As simple as that. As simple as that. So we will be able to know some things about you. All right. So the second question we want to look at very quickly, I will deactivate this particular one and pop that one active. So let's do the second one. The second one should be active any moment from now. So let's see what goes on here. I hope the question is visible right now. I hope the screen I'm sharing is visible, right?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
All right, great. So far, so good. So good. So we'll spend another 5 minutes to look into this. I still want others to join. So you are free to drop messages on the WhatsApp group if you have finished voting for others to join. right. Good. I see that the data still reflects exactly what we have initially from all the registrations. We had close to 200 persons who signified interest, and this is still the data that came out. We ran a poll again in the WhatsApp group. This was the same data that we had. Now we are beginning to see. Now this poll does not just communicate to us the data about this class. You are also learning something about data, apparently. Okay. Now we are seeing that of the entire class, around two-thirds of the entire class, if I'm not even, if not more than two-thirds. This is more than two-thirds. Actually have no experience with programming language, and yeah, three-quarters actually, and then the other one-quarter has experience in one way or the other with programming language. Yeah, this is good. This is very interesting. And I tell you, this is where R comes to play. R is a programming language that I am very certain you are going to grasp very quickly. There is no big deal about it. There is no big deal about it. So let's see our class. Let's see how many persons have joined the class right now. Great, we have 52 persons. I'm going to put forward right now what we are going to be learning before, and then wait for just a few. Okay, somebody is saying they are not hearing anything. Can every other person confirm? Can you hear me, please? Just let me know if you can hear me. Let's know if the problem with the person's side is localized.
I can hear you, sir.
All right. So the person who says they are unable to hear me, loud and clear. Thank you very much. So please, someone said they couldn't hear me. Samuel, please check your site. Check your site, please, because I may not have much time to.
I can hear you now, clear now, sir.
Yeah, great. So I may not have much time to check the charts. If you have anything to say, ensure your mics are always mute or on mute. If you have anything very important to say, you are free to raise up your hands. I think I'll see it here. And yeah, so just give me a minute. I will get back on what we are talking about today. Okay. Now, is my screen visible? I'm showing something, the course outline. Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Great.
Yes, it's visible.
All right. So, as a matter of first principle, there's so many persons on the call right now, so I may not be able to ask everyone. I think let me get out of this full mode. That's taking too much. Yeah, so I may not be able to ask everyone to introduce themselves, but let me introduce myself very briefly. For those who joined earlier, I showed my face, but in case, of course, my face is on my DP, but you will still see my. There was a video on the chat where I posted a video, so that's my face. So my name is Ojo Patrick Duke. I'm involved in many things. I had my bachelor's background in geophysics actually, and then I proceeded for a master's degree in geophysics. I had another master's degree in the first one. I just left it at the project level, so I proceeded for a master's degree in geoinformatics. That was where I learned a couple of things about machine learning, about artificial intelligence, and yeah, a lot of things about data analytics, data generally. And I've been opportuned through my education to lay my hands on the cup. Please remember to mute yourself. Very, very, very important. Very important. Remember to mute yourself. So that's it. I do software engineering too, because I have a certification in software engineering as well. So I just dip my hands in so many things, as many people will say. So we are here today because we want to learn R for data science, R programming language. But before we kickstart, I wanted us to look at the outline. But before we begin in earnest, so that we don't, because we are going to be going very fast. Of course, not too fast than what you can grasp, but we're going to be steady as we move on ahead. So at this stage, I want to ask: does anyone have any question? Like any is very any. So I'm monitoring the chat right now. Does anyone have any question? Someone is raising their hands, or is that? Can you drop your hand, Mr. James? Except you have a question. Okay. Chiamaka, did you raise your hands? Mr. Joe Blessed. Okay, unmute yourself and ask your question. If you think you want to type it, you can also type your question. Mr. Joe, you raised your hand, so unmute and ask your question, please. Mr. Joe, are you there? Okay, Chiamaka, your hands are down now. Good. If you have any questions, please, you can ask your question right now. Chiamaka, ask your question now. You are still raising your hands. If I get you correctly. Okay, somebody's chatting. My hands are down now. Okay, thank you. All right, down please. So who else has a question? Anybody? So I want to assume that we are good to go right now. If you know we are good to go, just type in the chat, good to go, good to go. Let me know quickly, good to go. It's introductory class, and all right, we are good to go. Thank you. That's enough. Okay, so good to go. So let's go into the material that we have. Okay, thank you very much. Good to go. I get it. Thank you very much. Good to go. Because the messages, when the messages come in, they bring out this beep that the stuff. So that's okay for now. All right. So we are showing on the screen the outline of this program. So permit me to take a few moments to go through the outline for us. I haven't gotten any opportunity to do this. So let's do this at this onset. So we are taking about 8 different courses, categories. We're starting with an icebreaker, which is what we are doing today. And I'm hopeful that we'll be able to complete and do justice to this. All right. So we're starting with the icebreaker. The first thing we'll look at is that we're trying to demystify programming language as a whole, trying to tell you that actually everyone can code. Yeah, coding is very simple. Everyone can code. Then we'll deal with how to install R and R Studio. We will also look at getting familiar with the R interface. We will explore the various panes or pans in R Studio. We will look at R Studio's functionalities. We'll look at a few other things here and there, and then we'll be done with course 1, which is what we are doing today. By next week, Friday, we'll look at data structures and operations. And following that, we'll look at dissecting data structures and data visualization. We'll look at functions and controls, control flows. We'll consider in course 5, special operations in data manipulation and cleaning. And then we'll look at modeling. And this is a very interesting aspect. Some of us have been hearing about modeling, everything, all this big grammar. So we are here to ensure that we break these things down so that everyone can understand. All right. So before we get going, I also understand that a couple of us have issues with not having a laptop. So at the earliest stage of our WhatsApp group, anyone without a laptop should try and connect with other individuals who have a WhatsApp, who has a laptop. It is time within the week, because I will expect you to focus maximally in the class. If you have, of course, if you have a jotter, write down some codes, so that when you are going back, of course, I'm going to share with you every week out the updated PDF notes of everything I'll be doing in class. So, but writing down will help you to be focused on writing. At the same time, you may not even need to write. Just look at the screen and see everything I'm doing so that you don't miss out. So there are a lot of stuff here. The recorded version will be available to you, which you can look into later. And also there is a notebook I'm also going to be sharing with you, updated one at the end of every class, so that you can see what we have done and repeat it at your own end. So it is while repeating that you will need to connect with your friend who has a laptop if you do not have. So he will share a screen, and the both of you will communicate together, and you will flow with the fellow. He might be over there, he or she might be over there typing, so that there will be at least a near reality experience that you are actually also doing it yourself. So he's typing, you are seeing it, you are making suggestions, you are asking questions, both of you are explaining to yourself. So that is the peer learning I talked about while we were, having this conversation in the WhatsApp group. So if you don't have a laptop, fine, you can do just that. Secondly, if you do not have a laptop, the reason why this option is not too recommended is because, somebody said they are not hearing me. P Divine, you may want to check your network. I want to believe, can I get thumbs up from guys on the call that are hearing me, so that we can be sure I'm actually being heard? Okay, great. Thank you very much.
I can hear you clearly, sir.
All right, just give me a thumbs up. All right, good. So we are good to go. All right, thank you for the thumbs up. That's okay. The noise is coming over here whenever there is an alert. I'll kind of check the settings later, so that we don't have too much voice. All right, so thank you very much for that. So the reason why I would not recommend this second option I'm giving is that you definitely need the internet. Okay, not internet now. The server where this will be done, and this is trying to run R on the internet without you installing the software in your system. And that will that might slow down in a way, but I will give you that option as well. So that particular option is what you can try out on your phone. It's just a web link. You will type the codes there on the web link, and then you will type run and see the result there live on the web link. It's what you can try. So I'll give that link when we get there. If I forget, someone should remind me. So we'll do that. We'll do justice to that. All right. So let me go very quickly into the first aspect. I was so busy, I couldn't get up a PowerPoint for this course one, but it's okay. We might not be needing the PowerPoint anyways going forward. All right. So if you can see my screen right now, let me confirm that. Just give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, not saying a word. Just give me a thumbs up. All right. You can see my screen. Good. I like that. You can see my screen. Thank you very much. So there is a sign of thumbs up here. Instead of chatting it, instead of typing it in the chat, there is a sign of thumbs up. If you look at your icons very well, there is a sign of thumbs up. You can just do that, and it will fly over here. All right, good. So what we have here is, I want to try and see how we can demystify the programming language myth. Okay. You have heard a couple of persons say all kinds of things about programming languages. All right, all kinds of things, I'm telling you. They tell you they are difficult. Tell you, this thing is for some special kinds of people, some wizards who understand tech. I don't blame them. Or perhaps it's not actually them. Maybe it's the way we see it. Okay? Maybe it's the way we see it. We really think these things are difficult. But I'm here to tell you, in fact, that no, on the contrary, it is not difficult. It is the way you see it, really. That is why it is like that, not because it is difficult. All right? So, programming language I will always repeat it again and again. It is not difficult. Okay, let me try to get a feel of the professionals that are on this call. If you are into anything that has to do with medical, like a nurse, a medical doctor, just type in the chat within the next 10 seconds just to get a feel. I'm going somewhere. If you're into anything related to medical laboratory science, blah, 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 all those courses. Can I just see a typing? If there is anyone on this call. All right, medical biotechnology. Oh my goodness. All right, beautiful. Now, if you are into anything related to engineering, please just drop a message. Just type engineering. Whatever the engineering is, just type engineering. Let's see that very quickly. Anything related to engineering, let's see that. Okay, marine engineering. Oh my goodness, engineering, so many of them. Okay, if you are into anything that has to do with management generally, I'm sorry if I forget to mention your course. Anything into management generally. Okay, so now this is it. If you were able to go through the university system, I want to believe some of us here are university students already. Meanwhile, there are others too who are about, entering the university. If you were able to go through the system successfully, it's even possible there are some professors on this call right now. Now, programming language is the least thing you should worry about. It is not difficult at all. All right? It is as simple as the language. Very good. Thank you for the messages that are coming in. That's okay for now. So programming languages, they are simple as the language you are speaking. All right? They are that simple. So it is just like, okay, somebody says Yoruba is very difficult. I mean, anyone can say that. Oh, Hausa is difficult. Somebody goes concerning a foreign language, French is quite difficult. All right, but there are a lot of persons speaking French. Now, that mindset alone, saying it is difficult, that is what you should attack first and foremost. Once you've attacked that mindset, the next thing you ask yourself, so how do I learn French? How do I learn French? In fact, let's get back to ourselves. How did we learn English language? Somebody will say, I learned it by default, right? Yes, you learned it by default, but actually you learned it. So because you learned it while you were much younger, you didn't even notice you learned anything. All right? So if you learn programming language or languages subconsciously, just flowing with it and not having any predisposition in your mindset that is difficult, then before you know it, you will understand the rules and what happens in the programming language, language world. All right. So programming language is just about a set of rules that you must follow in order to achieve a particular outcome. Remember, a set of rules that you must follow in order to achieve a particular outcome. We know the normal rules in mathematics. All right. There is a sign of cross called plus. That's a rule that if you are saying A plus B, what that implies, all right, I'm not showing the arrow interface yet. I'm going to show that later, but let's talk freely for now, all right? If you are showing, so if you say A plus B is C, all right, you know what the rule is already. Everyone here, I believe, knows what plus is. So if I say 4 plus 7, we all know that is 5. Good, right? We all agree that is 5. That is a rule. All right. Even as simple as that is, you can type that in a programming language. But the good thing about the programming language is that it has a lot of things at the back side. That one is not your business. How it was written is not your business. But it is written to solve some problem. It is written for a particular purpose. It is written for you to use them to solve your challenges. So that is that about demystifying the myth. Don't ever take it as anything that is difficult that you cannot learn. Anyone who is ready can actually learn programming language. All right. So Having said that, I want to believe we've been able to lay that to rest. A programming language, the fact that you cannot learn, and I'm referring to all programming languages now. By the time you are done with R, you will know that, oh, this is actually very simple. It's not as difficult as they say it. All right, it's very simple. Okay, so let's go quickly. The next thing we want to look at is how to install R and R Studio. So if your laptop is on, we are going to get to work very shortly. I'm going to get to work very shortly. So I'm going to get a few links. Sorry. So I'm going to get a few links to us now. Let me try to stop sharing this particular screen and share something else. Just a moment, please. Kindly mute yourself. If you are just joining, please mute yourself. God bless you. Please mute yourself. I will appreciate that. A lot of noise coming from the background. Please mute yourself. Okay. I'm trying to sweep out something right now. Just a moment. I'm trying to get the link across to us about okay. So I'll share a link right now in the chat window. I will also drop it on WhatsApp, whichever one is faster for you. So if you want to download R, which is the first thing you do, I just sent a link to you there, and also let me drop it on WhatsApp. Let me drop it on WhatsApp right now. So it's in both domains right now. So use that link to install R. All right. So let me also share with you live how that is. Let me share an application window. Okay. Share the entire screen. All right, I'm sharing my second screen right now. All right, so let's just quickly. My screen is very visible, right? Screen visible. So if you go to the link I sent you now, you are going to see this particular. This is what you see here. So download. Depending, a couple of noise still coming in. Can I get some mute? I get some mute there. Please kindly mute your mic. Okay, so can you see my screen? Is my screen visible, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great. So this is the one you're downloading. I want to believe most people are on Windows. Yeah. So you're downloading this particular one. So if you click on it, you should download. So if you are downloading right now and it's installing, just drop a message in the chat so that we can know we are following. Don't hurry you today. Today is for introduction. So once your R is set, from next week we can fire down expressly. So I want to help you follow through this. So when you click on this, you get here. So you can click on installing R for the first time. All right. You don't have it already. So here you download. Yeah, I think that is it. Download R for Windows. You click on this now. I think it should download. Okay, it's downloading already. I have it installed on my system, so even if it downloads, I don't need it. All right. So if you are doing that right now and you are installing, you can drop a message so that we know you're Following? And if you have a challenge to, please drop it, let me know. If you have 4.21 yes in your system, that's fine. You can use that. You don't need to delete it. You don't need to install a fresh one. That's okay. You can leave that. There are even, I'm not even sure I have the latest one on my system yet. So because when you uninstall and you install a new one, you need to do a lot of installation of packages. So for now, you are good to go. We are fine with the version you're having. All right. Okay, installation in progress. Very well. That's good to know. We're all moving forward. Very well, very well, very well. Okay, so while we are doing that, in case you finish early, let me try and get the second link here. Sometimes it's difficult. I'm managing a couple of screens here, so I have to switch. Okay, so the next one I'm sending is for Arrow Studio. I'll also drop that in the chat. Drop that in the chat. I'll drop it as well on WhatsApp.
Sir, please,
Yes, go ahead.
which one is for phone? Is all of them for laptop?
All of them are for laptop. I will send you the link for phone soon.
Okay, sir.
Was that link for our studio or there was a mistake there? Let me see. I think there was a mistake with that link. Let me get the R Studio. Let me get the R Studio link. Sorry about that. There was a mistake with the link. The R Studio link. The first one. I hope you guys can see that on WhatsApp already. Oh, I've sent it 3 times. Oh, goodness. Okay, so you can see the R Studio stuff already. Forget the one I sent for that. That one is just some materials. If you need it, you can go for it. Okay. let me correct that on WhatsApp. Sorry, I sent so many of them now. So if you are done with both installation, just let me know so that we can continue. So let me share my screen again to show you guys the particular show you guys the one for. All right, so my screen is shared now, I believe. Okay, so this is the it's the link for the R Studio. We are done with R. So I'll tell us the difference between R Studio and R later. Just download the book. But R first. After when you download R, please, you need to go and install it. All right, you need to go and install it, and then after that, you can now download R Studio. Install R first, and then you come and download R Studio. I hope that is clear. You may not need to update the existing version, except you are insisting, Mr. Femi. Except you are insisting, but that's not necessary, really. The gap between the version you are using and the existing version is really wide. Okay, you may not really need to. I think the difference between existing version and latest version is the base package. I think so. That's the base packages and the functionalities and all those stuff. All right. So you download RStudio from here and install both of them. So if you are done with the installation, just let me know. Let me know so that we can move ahead from there. Okay. So the guys who have phone, this is the time for me to also, so you can at least follow us with some of the codes as we move along. But I would advise very strongly that you, or if you are working with phone, I will advise very strongly that you get someone who has a laptop. They can learn with the person. Someone who has a laptop so they can learn with the person. All right, using a phone. Okay. Okay. Trying to get the code for the phone people. Right, phone people, here you come. This I'm putting on WhatsApp first, then I'll post here. Phone persons, click on that link. I'll click on it and share my screen and show you guys. For those on phone. For those on phone, just a moment. I'm sure you can see my screen now. So for those on phone, this is it. This is where you'll be working on. As you can see, it's an online stuff. And when you click on it, normally just click on this run and see the result that comes out underneath. If it is showing on your phone, if you are using a laptop, please don't. It's a lazy thing to come here and be working on. If you have a laptop, so this one works online. So if you have a phone, this can stand in for now. So you can type in codes here and it will run. So that means for those who have phone, it's not all hope is not entirely lost as far as this course is concerned. You can still gain a lot, but so much more can be done on a laptop. All right. For example, there are things you call packages. You cannot load packages right here. Here you can only you cannot install packages. I'm sorry, you can only load them. You can see what is written here. There are over 19,000 R packages preloaded. Okay, all you just need to do is call them at the beginning, anyone you want to use, and you start working with them. So this particular example here, print hello world, which is the first thing a programming language sees, and then a few visualization. You can see this line plots, and then the same line plot was another line plot was colored here, beautiful plots. All right, so now it's good to know that you can actually run this online yourself. All right, so I think we should celebrate that. Okay. Okay, so I hope we are good. Royalty, okay, you said never mind, I will just use my phone. Very well, very well. But if you can get someone you can both work with, very fine. Can't be installed on this computer. Okay, royalty, okay, never mind. You're still the same person that says never mind. Okay, I hope you sort that out later. Mine isn't working. Okay, the same royalty. All right, thank you, royalty. For now, maybe we'll sort out the issue with your laptop later, or you can, do something about it. Okay, so for those that have phone, they are good to go. So if you have installed R successfully by now, please, this is very important. You need it running so that we can move together. Otherwise, I will have just say, let's use this web emulator, this one that you can use on your phone. But no, I want you to do fantastic and beautiful works, and that's where your laptop machine comes in. All right. Yeah, so I would really want us to be up and on the call. It's asking if I want to make changes to my, yes, of course. Whenever you are installing a new app, it asks you that question. Do you want to make changes on your new app and your system? So the answer should be yes, I think. Good. Okay, somebody's own is still downloading. Very good. It's good. I mean, this is our first class. We can afford to do this. When we are done and we are set, we can, move with the speed of light. So I'm very patient with everyone. Please, if you're actually installing, I'll wait for you to do that. Yeah, it's better you know how to do this from the beginning so that when you want to do it later yourself again, you can actually do it. Very important. All right. Yeah, I understand some persons are dropping off. I guess it's a result of network. Don't worry, it's being recorded. So, oh, installing on my phone. That's amazing. That person should tell us how they are doing that. I'm sure there are a few apps that that's good. That's good. It's good to know that it's installing on your phone. Can we download the snippet? I'm not sure of that. I don't know if there's a link to downloading that. So just go to your browser and run it there. All right. Go to your browser and run it there. I'm not sure you can download the snippet on your phone. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's it. There are a lot of limitations with the snippets. You cannot, if you want to bring something from your phone, I don't think that's possible. You want to bring something to the script from your phone, you may not be able to do that. So that's the reason why eventually you might still need to have it on your machine itself. Okay. All right. So are we good? Are we good? If you are done installing, let me know, please. I'm waiting. So to be sure that we are ready. So I think I should now load my R so that I can share with you guys. Let me load my R. Okay, let's do this. Let's roll here. Okay, I hope my R is visible. The work has started though. My R visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
All right, great. Let me just move this away so I can follow up with chats that are coming in. Okay. So if you are done with R Studio and you open your R Studio, I'm sure a couple of things that you should be seeing by now. Emulator, those persons that are using snippets, I'm quite sure you will enjoy it for today's class. So enjoy it. So yeah. All right. Visible, yes, well, okay. Okay. So my screen is visible. I want at least 10 persons to tell me they are ready with their R Studio. And I'm going to show everyone a couple of things. Showing version 432. Very good. You are good to go. You are good to go. SCN, you are good to go. Very much ready. Thank you very much. Modi, ready, ready, ready. Guest, ready, ready. SCN, ready. Good. Let me get a few more. Ready. I don't have the means ready. Can I get 10 persons who are ready? Please, I am very personal with everyone here. So I'll need you, if you're not following, call my attention, drop a chat. If it appears you're having issue with your system, just let me know. If it's something we can resolve, let me know. Yeah. While running it live, you can also, read with me as well. 4.1, good. You're good to go. Grace, you're good to go, Grace. Very well. This is interesting. Okay, have I gotten up to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure we have up to 10 yet. Let's see. Okay, not up to 10. We have about or so. Okay, keep it coming, keep it coming. Mine is showing our console unlocked. That's fine. That's fine. I'll tell you how to move it away from our console so that you can see where you can type things. Don't worry about that. That's fine. Perfectly in order. Somebody sent a message on WhatsApp. I would prefer messages in the. This one just came in. Don't worry with the R console. We'll resolve that. Okay, you are showing R console. Okay, you have done with R. Now install R Studio. Mr. Ayan, please install R Studio. You are done with R now. Install R Studio. I've been able to download and install. Is it? I haven't. Okay, I have not been able to download and install due to laptop issues. Okay, Mr. Kika, you may want to, if you don't mind, you may want to use the phone snippet one for today. Otherwise, so that you can download later and get on with what we are doing. Don't worry, I will send the scripts to everyone. At the end of today's class, you will get the script. So every lesson we will update the script. You get the latest script with all the codes that we have run in the class. And you can repeat them on your own and be sure you are following. Okay. So for Mr. Anyanwu, what you just loaded here is R. Okay. Now close this window and download R Studio. Close the window and download R Studio. All right. Close the window and download R Studio. Thank you, Mr. Shiu Abiola. Very well, very well. We are moving. Okay. So you can see my screen, guys. So if I look back again at what we are doing, so we are still on we have downloaded the tool. I want to assume we've downloaded the tool. So let's get familiar with the R interface. Let's get familiar with the R interface. interface. But what I'm showing right now is the RStudio interface. Okay. Mr. Nnamdi did post right now about something that he found. Now, take note. What you have loaded here is RStudio. After installing R, you now install RStudio. The RStudio you are installing is just what we call a development environment that uses R, that connects to your R. While RStudio is installing, it will automatically look for where you install your R and connect with it. Right? So what you have on my screen right now, please, I'm monitoring the chat. If you are having issues with what I'm saying, just drop a message. Let me repeat myself. All right. This particular thing you are seeing on your screen right now is actually RStudio. Okay. Now the RStudio you see here, when it was installing, it had connected to your R. And that is what we are seeing right now. This is RStudio that has connected to your R. All right. But what you are seeing at the moment that is blinking here, all right, is your R console. R console. But let me show you R console from somewhere else. So you may want to type R in your search bar. Okay. Instead of RStudio, we are looking for R. So I need to search for R. Uh-oh, it's taking me to the web. I need to search for R itself. Come on. It's bringing RStudio. So if you look into your system, there is R itself. There's R. Okay, let me go to app. Oh, it's still not bringing the R. Why is it not bringing R? What did my R do? So it's bringing RStudio. So there's an R somewhere. Let me go to let me go to where it is. I hope my entire screen is visible. So you go to your PC. The system is filled, man. So you go to here. You go to program files. Or I think it should be program file. Yeah, this is your R. This is your R. Okay. There should be an executable. Where is the executable? Where is the executable? This here is executable, I think. Okay. So I can actually create a shortcut here if it permits me. Oh. Okay, there's no permission there. So let me just click on this. Now, it shows me this. So it's showing R in the command line prompt, all right? So what you are seeing here, this thing that is showing now, you can see that it's the same as what is showing. Let me reduce this. You can see that this is the same as what is showing here, right? This black one and this blue one. See, they are similar. Exactly the same thing. So that is what you get. This is the reason why RStudio is important. RStudio gives you a beautiful environment where you can interact with R, all right? Instead of just working here in the command prompt. Later on, as you would see, when you type in command, yes, someone is raising their hands. You want to say something, please?
It's asking me, this RStudio is asking me, may we upload crash reports to RStudio automatically?
Did it crash while you were installing?
No. It says crash report.
Okay. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no. That's not important. Just say no.
Okay.
All right. All right, that's very good. Thank you for bringing that up. It's one of the reasons why I insisted let's do that so that we can all be following, right? Okay. So let's go back to what we are looking at. So I'm going to close this right now. Let's go back to our RStudio. Now, like I said, this is the console part. So if you want to drop this and show the other aspect of RStudio, look at this thing at the towards the right corner, but not entirely the right corner. I'm moving my mouse around it now. This thing that looks like notebook. These 2 pages, right? Just click on it. Click on it. It will now show you this. Have you done that? If you have done that, just give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, not type. Just give me a thumbs up. Your reaction, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know. If you have done that, let me know. Okay, great.
Can you please repeat the action again?
Okay, just mute yourself. I'll repeat myself. The noise is very... Okay, thank you. So if your screen is not showing what you are seeing right now, if it is not showing this, that means there is one side at the left, there is one at the bottom, there's another one at the right, there's another one at the bottom, like 4 different portions of your screen. If yours is not showing that right now, then click on the top part here where you have click on the top part. It's not showing that part again. Okay, click on this part. You can see this thing I'm hovering over. So somebody's mic is not muted. Oh. Somebody's mic is not muted. Oh. Okay. So just click on this thing that looks like, you know, I don't know what sign I should call this icon. Click on it. It will drop this off. All right. So once you have done that, you have this. You have this window here. If you have done that, please let me know. Let me know quickly so that I can be sure everyone is following. Okay, I lost when you tried explaining where your cursor is. Can you please rewind? Okay, let me go back to that. So okay, done. Okay, Blessing, have you gotten it finally? I don't know if anyone can see my cursor right here. I'm moving my cursor there. So at this, if your screen is not already showing what I'm saying now, it's not already showing this. If it was showing, just a moment. If it was showing something like this before, I cannot download R. Oh my God. I guess you have to try. I don't know what problem was. What was the error that was coming out? Motadi, what was the error that was coming out? If you can drop it, let's see if I can help with that. Wait for that. So you can just quickly. My screen is only showing arrow. So yeah. If it's only showing arrow console, but make sure you have loaded Arrow Studio now. Make sure you have loaded Arrow Studio. If it's showing Arrow Console, that is when you click on this portion. Look at where my console is. Where my console is, that is when you click on this portion. When you click on that, it will now show this part where you can type stuff. Mr. Femi, try that out. Make sure it is Arrow Studio you opened, not R. Make sure it is Arrow Studio that is open. Take note of this. Sorry, we are together. Make sure you have opened Arrow Studio, not R. If you have opened Arrow Studio, let me know, please. We need to get this right from the beginning so that when we keep moving on later, there won't be issue. All right. Let's get this going. I need your response, please, if you were able to install and okay, just keep moving. I'll wait for you. Sort of still downloading Arrow Studio. That's fine. I hope it downloads. You know, it finishes quickly. Even if it doesn't finish quickly, while it is downloading, you can still focus on the screen and look at what we are doing. Okay, don't worry. Just focus and look at what we are doing. I assure you that what we are going to do today, if you look at me doing it, and then I also send the scripts to you. When your Arrow Studio eventually gets installed, no worries. You are going to be able to replicate what we are doing today. Exactly. All right. So in case your Arrow Studio is still installing, no problems. We are good to go. It's asking that I create an update. Thanks, I have access to our student. Very good, Femi, very good. So for, okay, that's Femi too. Okay, I want to download R first. Yes, I guess this person is just joining. To download R first before R Studio, please. Otherwise, R Studio will complain that I can't find R. So you have to download R first before you download R Studio. I hope that is clear. All right. So my screen is only showing R console. Yeah. Try to click on the minimizing button so it shows, it will show others. Oh, if you can take a screenshot and drop there, let me see what you're talking about. Take a screenshot and drop in that chat, Mr. Femi. That will help us, I hope. Just do that quickly. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a couple of us. I want to believe the rest are following us. This is very important. If we don't get this right at this stage, oh my, we might kind of slow down in this course. I want us to get this right. That's why we don't have too many practice things to do today. But at the same time, anyone that misses today's class, it's going to be very difficult a little bit to move with us, because except they get to download these things. Okay, so Mr. The image is not clear. I'm trying to see. So what I'm seeing here, Mr. Amazing, I hope you are the one that posted this. Okay, Mr. Amazing posted this. So look at that straight line that divides, almost dividing your screen into two parts. Toward the top of that straight line, there is something there you can click to the left of the line. You click on it, it will bring the console down. It will bring the console down. Look at that. That it will bring the console down. You will now have 4 different spaces. Okay, beautiful. You have done that, correct. Mr. Femi, how about your own? Okay. It's only showing our console. Try to click on the minimum level. Okay. Mr. Guest, thank you for helping with that. I'll wait to download. Okay, I think we are good now, right? Okay, Blessing, you don't understand. Tell me exactly what you don't understand. Let me help you, please. Mr. Blessing, let me know what you don't understand. Let me help you. This stage is very important. Very important. Click on screen. Share the screen. Okay, thank you, Mr. Femi. You have 4 screens already. Very good. 4 spaces, 4 pins. How did you divide the console to 4? Okay, I want to believe yours is showing. Just click on remind later. Don't bother. Click on remind later or ignore updates. Mr. Femi, one day. What about phone? Don't worry. For those with phone, I shared a link the other time. Check your WhatsApp. The link is rdrr.io/snippet. The link is on WhatsApp. The link is also in this chat. If you can scroll up, but I left it on WhatsApp so that you can see it quickly there. So go to your browser, click on that link. You don't need to do all these things we are doing if you are using your phone and you want to use that link. It will help you to follow us nonetheless. The phone is phone. There are some limitations with that. Okay? So take note of that so you don't feel left out. You can still follow us in the course. I hope that is fine for the phone guys. So how did you divide the console? Okay, Miss Blessing, I want to believe yours is showing 3 aspects of the console for now. So if that is the case, then look towards the left console. Look at the top part, towards the right-hand side of that left console. I don't know if that makes sense. The left side, where it is showing arrow console, look towards the right-hand side of that console. Let me show. Look at my screen now. I'll show you again. At this portion, This portion on my screen. Look at this portion. Click on this. Click on this. Then you'll find it become 4. Blessing. Let me know if you have done that. If you have done that. Grace, have you also done that? That should be the same reason why yours is showing 3 parts. Grace, have you done that? Okay, I'm glad we're able to overcome that right now. Grace, how about you? Have you done that?
I've not gotten it yet.
Okay, so if it's becoming difficult, just take a screenshot, click on the print screen button on your laptop and share it with us. Let's see what's there. Share with us. Let's know what you're talking about. Okay. If you are just installing, it's yes. It's always a yes. This is where. Let me see it. It's a yes. It's a yes. It's a yes. It's a yes. You're installing something. It's a yes. Now, for those who are into IT, help me with some of the chats. Okay. Yeah, we are free to help me with some of the chats. Quote whichever message you are replying to so that the person can know it's their message you are replying to. I'm following the chats. Okay. So let me know what's the update, Grace. For you, Lady Grace, what's the update? Or shall we continue? For the last time, let me show you again, Grace, and for others who are still having issues. So when you open your RStudio, it was showing like this, right? When
Yes. Yeah.
Open your RStudio, it was showing like this. Now look at where my cursor is. Look at where my cursor is. This thing,
Okay,
this one here.
Yeah, I've seen where
just click on it. Now,
okay.
just click on that thing. It will become 4.
Okay. All right. This somewhere. Okay.
Okay. So if you are on the console, for those of you who are on the phone, let's attend to you a little bit. If you click on that run or control enter, you already see the results. Now try and delete everything that is there. Try and delete everything that is there for those of you who are on phone. And then now start to follow us right now. So that space you have is similar to the space you have right here. That space you have there, some noise in the background, help me. Don't forget to mute your mic. It helps us a lot. Okay. That helps us a lot. Okay, great. All right. Guests, I hope you have been able to do that as well. Guests, please try and do that. To click on download R for Windows. Yes, download R for Windows, sir. Mr. Clicker. So guys, I'll be looking away from the chat now. If you send a message that requires answer, if you're able to answer it, please do that and help us. For those who are using phone, make sure your window is ready on the RDIIR, the snippets. But I'll be working on RStudio right now. So before I show you what this whole thing is about, it's looking very intimidating. It's looking like one big workstation. All right. Let's just do something. Let's do something. Type 1 plus type 1 plus 2. Look at where my cursor is, where you have run at the top ribbon. Where you have run. Where you have run at the top ribbon. I hope you are there right now. Click on that run. And look down at your console. What is it showing? It's showing 1 plus 2 is showing what? 3, right? there is a confirmation for that. If you have done that, it's very simple. Just type yes, 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 yes. Those on phone, type phone, yes. Not on WhatsApp. Oh. Phone, yes, for those on phone. Just reading some messages from WhatsApp right now. Amalola was very sorry about that. Don't worry. The recorded version will be available and go through it later and replicate everything we are looking at today. All right. I hope you have a good network later. Okay, so we are good to go. So, friends, you have just run your first R code. Believe you me. You have just run your first R code. So R is able to know that 1 plus 1 is 3. That means R by default is a calculator. R understands mathematics. R understands addition. For those on phone, I hope it's a yes from the phone guys. Very good. Very good. Very good. So if you are still installing, while the installation is cooling off, you can just use your phone and type rodrr.io/snippets. It's in the WhatsApp group, and use that one to be trying what we are doing on phone. Very good for the phone guys. Very good, very good, very good. So let's go back yet again. So we're going to be trying a few things going forward. Let me do some corrections to my screens here so that good. So let me just do a few more stuff. Anybody having any issues, please let me know. Okay. So I'm no longer seeing our charts. So okay, let me see if I can still bring that up. Okay, I think I can still work with the charts now. I can see your charts coming in while we are working. Okay. So we are going to see based on what we have to look at today. So we are getting into it. You can't hear. Yeah, I wasn't speaking. That's why you couldn't hear me. So right now we are looking into the basic functionalities around the R environment. We are looking at the basic functionalities around the R environment. Okay. So is anyone saying something? All right. So here you can see that we have three, let's just call it areas or three environments or something. All right. This left-hand part at the top, this is where you type. All right. So you can call that code area where you type your code. And by the time you run the code, it will show below, the result will show below in the console area. All right, so the code you run, the result will show in the console area. Okay, I hope I'm being heard. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, great. And then when you look at the right-hand corner at the top is where you call your environment area. You will know what environment means. So your environment kind of helps you to keep in record all the different things you have created as you were running your code in the code area. So it kind of helps you to store, as you would understand later, there are things you call objects in R. So if I say A is equals to 5 in R, let me type that. Let me not just say it. If I say A is equal to 5 in R, and I click on enter, that A has now become an object. Can you see the environment? Environment has been populated. So environment is helping me to save my A so that I can remember it later. All right. So later on, I can call my A later. So if I say A plus, just ordinary A, and I say A plus 2, A plus 2. If I have A plus 2 and I play and I run A plus 2, you see, I have 7. How did I know that? Environment has saved A as 5 before. So when I now call A plus 2 now, environment brings 5 into the value of A and gives me 7. I hope that is cool, right? I hope that is cool. If anyone is seeing what I'm doing, you are motivated, just give a chat, let me know we are following. This is not difficult. I hope you are not seeing anything contrary to what I told you, that this is very simple and it will keep getting simpler as we move ahead. It's very good. Everyone is following, SN is following. So that is what the environment is for. All right. So let's go back to let's get to the last one here. So the one at the bottom right is another area where you have a couple of things. So if you when you do anything on at this side and you want to plot something, the plot will show here. Okay, the plot will show here. This, if you click on package, you will know what package is used for later. Okay, just a moment. You will know what package is used for later as we move ahead. So just take note of that. This is for package. So essentially, all the things that happen in R, let me just take you back and explain what package is once and for all. All the operations that happen in R, there are different, should I use functions now? Let's use the word package. There are different packages that have been designed to carry out different operations. So let's assume that R can actually, let's assume by tomorrow, R is able to help you to build a building, right? R is able to help you build. That is almost impossible. Let's say R is able to help you build. But how will the current R help you build? Somebody might design a package that can build, and they bring that package to R. So different functions about buildings will now be in that package. Let's say window installation function will be there. The job of window installation function is when it gets to that place and they call that function, the function will just install windows. Maybe tiling function will be there. So when it gets to the tiling stage, we just call that function inside the building package. All right, and then the tiling of the house will be done. Maybe there's another package, there's another function inside that package that is for roofing. Somebody is raising their hands. Who is the fellow? Please let me know what's the issue. Is raising their hands. Please speak. I can see your hand. You are waving your hands. Who is that? If you are not speaking, just drop your hands so that. All right. I think we can go on right now. Someone is having issues. Please, how did you get it done? Okay. Ifeoluwa, let me help you. What's the issue? Unmute yourself and speak, please. This is still the early stage. We need to know you are following us. I have your time today. So we have our time. Ifeoluwa, unmute yourself. Come on, and let's hear you. What's the issue? You're asking Grace how she was able to have 4 as an answer at console. Are you having issues with yours, Ifeoluwa? I see you're typing. I'll wait for you.
Yes, hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay, please, I don't know how to get to the environment. I just got mine downloaded now.
Have you opened RStudio?
Sir?
You loaded RStudio. Is RStudio open now?
Yes.
Okay. So are you seeing my screen? This part where I'm typing, is it showing at your end?
No, the RStudio is asking if I should use a default 64-bit version or 32-bit version.
You are still installing it, right?
I have finished installing it. Okay.
Just use 64 now. I think your system should be able to carry 64. I think your system is a 64-bit system. So use 64.
Okay,
Maybe
sir.
you have 2 versions of your system installed. So are they open now? Is the RCD opened? I'm waiting for you, please. Let me get your response.
Sir.
Is it opened?
Yes, it is.
So can you see this portion where I'm working now? Is it showing at your end?
Okay, I have a file, edit, code, view.
This could be, yeah, that's good. This portion where my cursor is, where I'm highlighting, can you see it? Yes or no? Let's know so that we can
No, I think I should click on code first, right?
No, don't click on code. Don't click on anything. How is it looking? Is it looking like this? Look back at my screen. Is it looking like this? If it is looking like this, Grace, right? If it is looking like this, just click on this portion. This is what is showing at my end. For those who are following us, so when it is showing arrow console, just click on this top portion. I showed us now. So while you are trying to download, also listen to what we are showing so that you will know what to do when you get there. Okay. Look at this. The person that has been speaking, please, I want to know you are following so that we can know we are done with resolving your issue.
Yes, sir.
Click on this portion. Click on this part. It is showing this. Click on this.
I'm with you, sir.
Click on this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I have.
So is this showing the main part where you can type now?
Yes, it is.
So we have resolved your issue. So you can just follow us from here. That was how Grace got what he got.
All right, sir. Most
So if you say A is equals to 5, yes, talking about Femi, I will sum it out. If you say A is equals to 5, make sure your cursor is on that A. On that line where you say A is equals to 5, make sure your cursor is there. Then go and click on run. Look at run here. Click on run. When you click on run, environment will be showing your A. On run, environment will show your A. Have you done that, please? Okay, very well. You have seen that now. Now, I was trying to show us that I was trying to explain what package means. So there's a lot of packages that come with your R when you install them. They are called base package. That means R understands that when you are working in R or in RStudio using R, there are some basic operations you need to perform. For that reason, those packages came pre-installed with R. Again, don't let that bamboozle you. It's nothing special. It's just a couple of functions that helps R to perform its task. For example, as simple as this plus is, there's a package that is managing it. As simple as it is, but it's a base package. I've not even tried to wonder which package in particular is doing this, but it's a base package. That means it's the elementary package that came with it pre-installed. All right. So when you type A+2, it is able to tell you what the answer is. Now, because A has been stored, A is in the environment, you could see the answer coming up right directly. But go to the next line and type A plus B, because there's nothing like B already in the environment. Click on run and see what it will give you. Click on run, guys. Oh, what is it saying? It's saying to me that B is what? Not an object. B is not an object. Is it showing the same thing at your end? So, somebody's mic is on. Can you please just mute yourself so that we don't get noise in the recording? Somebody's mic is on. Just mute yourself, please. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. B is object. B is not found. Very good. The same thing here. That means there's nothing in B. B means nothing to it. So why are you adding nothing to what I know, which is A? I know A to be 5. Why are you adding 5 to? Come on, B. I don't know what B is. Let's even say B is something to you. I don't recognize what B is. So you can't fool R. R is expecting something from you. Remember the adage, garbage in, garbage out. You need to talk intelligently to R. So let me now say that instantiate B. That means I give B an initial value of, let's say, 23. All right. And I click on run again. Run. Now, can you see that B is now in the environment? It's there now, right? Now, let's go down to the next line and do A plus B. All of them are capital, right? Now, click on run. For those on phone, I hope you are doing the same. When you click on run, what do you see? Now, A is now an object, and it performs the operation. It gives you what? 28. So what has happened there to any elementary person, what has happened there is that the computer has added A being 5, as you can see in the environment. It has added it to 23, the value of B, and it gives you an answer of 28. That makes sense. I want to believe that makes sense, right? So let's go ahead and do something else. Let's say C equals to A plus B. I want to know, will this give an error? Give me your opinion. Will this give an error? Give me your opinion. Yes or no?
No.
If I run this line of code, will it give me an error? Some of you probably have run it already.
No.
Okay, so the answer is very good. The answer is no. So, but did you know that C will form another object? Probably yes. So if I ask for what C is now, and I run that line where I just type C, just this C, I run this line of code, I type C, it will give me 28. Can you guys see what R is doing? Is it making sense at all? Yes or no? Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I feel you. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Yes. It's making sense too. All programming language is still difficult and difficult. So we are going to move from this level to the level where we'll start doing some very serious things. But for now, I need to be sure we are all good, that there is no issue. I need to be sure we are all good. Is it okay? Can we move ahead?
Sir, please, before we move ahead, like in the phone, it's only showing 2 sections.
Hello, please don't bother yourself about the phone. I told you the phone, you can only see 2 sessions. I'm not telling you that phone will be the same as our studio, right? For those who were here with us, phone is just for you to see your answers. So in the phone,
Okay,
you are kind of interacting almost with a place where you can type code and the arrow console, which is below it where your answer is showing. All right? That's what
yes,
you're
sir. Thank
interfacing
you.
with. It's even a very beautiful interface because it will also show you graphs. So when you type A, for example, it will have it in the memory that you have what A is. You do B, you type. So literally what we are doing so far, you can do it on the phone. For those using phone, I hope it's still okay on the phone till now, right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
All right, good. So we can move on, I guess. That person who just spoke, what's your name, please? The lady.
Grace, sir.
Okay, Grace. Thank you very much. So let's move ahead. So if there is so far, do we have any questions so far? Anyone lagging behind? I'm going to share with you our, whatever we are doing today, I'll share with you later. So no need to worry. Now, so let me tell us one very unique thing about R. I just wrote some piece of code now and I use equal to sign for it and everything worked, right? So in R convention, you want to show yourself as a pro who is writing R. They don't use, or we don't use equal to. The question is, what do we use? If I say A equals to 5, how else can I write this? Sorry. So in R, this is how you express the same thing. You say A less than sign dash 5. That means an arrow pointing backwards. So this is how you express A is 5. But in R terms, what you're actually saying here is that what you are doing here in R is that you are doing what they call assignment. Assigning the value of 5 to A. So when you hear about assignment, not homework. Assignment, Grace is laughing. You are assigning the value of 5 to A. All right? I hope that's cool enough, right? So we will not be using equal to as from this moment. Do we all agree? I'm sorry, that's the first rule I'm breaking here right now. Do we all agree? Am I audible?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so bye-bye to equal to as from this moment. For those who are not in this call, that will be the first shocker they get when they come. What is that arrow doing there? I'm sure you guys understand now. So let's see if it is the same thing what we have been doing. It was 5. Let's use 8. A equals to 8. Now take note of something. Look at your environment. If you are saying A is equals to another number, look at what happens in your environment. Bam. The value of A has changed. It did not create a new A. It just changed the value of A. What has happened now is that the value of A has been updated. The reason is because the first A and the second A have the same identification. But if I had said small letter A is equal to 5, this one will not replace the former A. This will create a new one. What does that tell you? It means small letter A, capital letter A, as far as arrow is concerned, they are two different things. Come and tell me that one is the senior brother or elder brother of the other one. No, arrow does not understand that. Arrow only understands these things as two separate objects. So in this case now, let me bring the concept of objects. Everything on this left-hand side, they are called objects. So A is an object holding the value of, capital letter A is an object holding the value of 8. small letter A is an object holding the value of 5. And if you look at my environment very well, despite the fact that I deleted, remember, despite the fact that I deleted everything in this place, my environment is still holding the value. That's the beautiful thing about environment. So if I come back here and type C and I run, it will still give me the value of C. Come back here and type small letter A and I run, to still give me the value of small letter A. That is the beauty of environment. Okay, so this left-hand side, you are just typing there. If you want the thing to be retained, once you run it, environment will capture it. I hope that is very clear. All right? Are we good to go?
To go, sir.
All right, good. So let's move to the next thing.
Please, can you recall the last statement you made?
That good to go? Is that the last statement I made?
Yes, sir.
So maybe you were referring to the last statement I made about R. The last thing I said was good to go. So if you're referring to R, I'm trying to say, even if you delete what is in this part where you're writing your code, that doesn't matter. It will not affect what is in the environment, except you come to environment and clear it. How do you clear the environment? There is something like a broom sign here. You click on it now, it will erase every value it has stored in your memory. And then you will not have access to this and to these objects again. All the objects will be gone. But despite the fact that this place is clear, nothing is here. If I type capital letter A and I run, it will bring me 8 underneath. Can you see that? If I type capital letter C and I run it, I'll have a value. That means the environment is still has something in memory. Is that cool? All right. So let me teach us the concept of comment in R. To comment something, that means that thing is not part of the code. It's not going to run. You will use a hash symbol, and type whatever. Anything you type after the hash symbol is a comment. Even if you type 3 plus 3, it will not see it as a code. It won't run it. It sees it as a what? As comment. So when you are commenting, that means as you write your code, you want to leave some information there. Let's say performing addition, right? That means I'm performing addition under this line. I can do addition here. I can do 2 plus 3. I can do 5 plus 8. I can do A equals to 8 plus 34. There's an error there. 2. All right? All these are addition. I go to the next stage and I want to do multiplication. This section is of multiplication. I hope you get the idea now of commenting. So that helps you to comment. You can have multiple lines of comments.
No, sir. Please go back and explain again, sir.
Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. So if you want to write comments, comment, this portion of the code is not going to run. When the compiler, you don't need to know what that means, but that is what runs the code and it shows in the console. Sorry about that. When the compiler sees a line that starts with an hash, it considers that line as a comment line. It doesn't run it. It will run any other line that is not without the hash sign. Okay? So for example, let's say, and this is one of the things you use comments for. In this case, I want to perform addition operation here. So let me just describe what I'm doing under this. I type performing addition, right? I do all the addition thing. Let's say the next thing I want to do is multiplication. Let me comment it. Multiplication is being done here. And then let me do multiplication here. 2 times, 3 times 5, multiplication. So this is what the hash symbol is for commenting. Does that make sense now? It makes your code readable. When anyone comes into your very good, having like a topic you want to write, I mean, that you are coding about, you know, whatever section of, you want to give an explanation to yourself or somebody reading the code, what is happening in your code. That is what comment helps you to do. It gives them idea of what you are doing in your code. Is that good? I hope we can move ahead. All right, good.
Yes,
Royalty,
sir.
good. All right, so thank you very much. So we've been able to overcome that. So today's class,
No, this time.
let's don't
Sir, please,
understand.
the concept of comment.
Okay, is that Grace? Hello, who is saying they don't understand the concept of comment? Is that Grace?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so pay attention, Grace. So in school, I want to believe Grace is in secondary school because Grace's voice is so
Yes, sir.
okay, beautiful. So Grace, pay attention. Let me see how I can explain to you. So let's say you are writing notebook in your math class, all right? And then the topic you are working on today is addition and subtraction. So in that notebook, you write hash addition and subtraction, meaning that is comment. But going forward, you can now start writing the numbers like 2 plus 2 plus 3. That is a line of code for you. The next one, as another example, is 3 plus 5 minus 2. That's another example. So what I just explained to you, the heading part that describes to you what you are doing in that class, all right, is what you call comment. So you are commenting on your code so that it can give you later on an explanation of what you are doing in that part of the code. It gives you a description about your code. Do you understand? It helps you to understand what you are doing there. In fact, you can even use it to write a journal in the middle of your code. You can say that while I was writing this code at this very point in time, hooray, I'm so happy. I got a message from my friend that I'm the best student in my class. Just write it there. Nobody cares. It's your code, right? Somebody can read it tomorrow and say, wow, this is what this person that wrote this code wrote down, that at this particular time while she was writing this code. So it may not be related to your code, but again, it is always more related to your code, okay? But I'm telling you that that portion will not be read by the compiler that is trying to execute your code. It will omit that portion because it's a code, it's a comment anyway, all right? It's not the main code that needs to be executed. I hope that is cool. Thank you very much, Ifeoluwa, for what you just dropped in the chat. I think we are good to go, right? Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to look at something very quickly. Please pay attention. We'll try and be fast here. We want to look at, you can't hear us. Oh, so sorry about that, Peter. Sorry. So let's look at what you call data types. Okay, let's look at what you call data types. You'll see what the comment is for now. So let me just delete what you have here. Data types in R. That's what we are looking at now. Okay, so there are a couple of data types in R. A couple of data types. We have what you call vector. Don't worry, you see what that means in short. You have what you call matrix or matrices. Matrices. That is we also have a couple of other ones. We have data frames. So we're getting to the crux of the matter. We have what you call lists. Okay. I will see how I can explain this one by one and make sense without sounding too difficult. All right. By the time we are done with this, we would have done with the first class in this course. So let me explain. The first one, vector. Let me give you an example of a vector. Let's say first vector. Okay. So do you remember I told you this? Let me just write it. Don't worry. It may not make sense at first. Just don't worry. 3, 5. And even add one more value, 7. Okay. This is the type of vector. So essentially, it's just an array of numbers. But you see what I see? Well, you see this C that I put in front of the bracket in R. This C is not just a letter. It is used for combining. The C stands for combine. So I'm combining everything in this bracket from a vector. Let me repeat myself. This C outside the bracket helps me to combine everything in this bracket to form a vector. Have the C there, it will just be a bracket, and that would not make any sense. However, what you are seeing currently is not just an ordinary vector. More specifically, we call it what you call a numeric vector. So I'm going to change. Okay, let me not change the name at the front. Let me just put the comment here and call it numeric vector. And somebody can understand, Grace, I'm sure you can understand why it is numeric vector, because everything inside the vector are all numbers, numeric numbers. Somebody is not muting their mic. There's some noise coming up from the background. So that is numeric vector for you. Right? So let's continue. The next one we want to look at, still under vectors. We want to look at another one. Maybe let's call it a vector. This is not going to be numbers now. This is going to be character. So let's use alphabets. Note, I did not type A like normal A. I put it in quotes. The reason is because these are characters. These are not numbers. Numbers are implicitly, let me just use another word, naturally. Numbers are recognized naturally by R as numbers. Yes, it knows that this is number, this is number. If I type A, it doesn't understand that to be anything. It's not number. So if I want it to mean something to it, I put the A in quotes. So in this case, A now becomes a character to it. It recognizes A as a character. So this is another vector that has characters inside. Remember, the C is combining them. So this vector has A, B, C inside. Okay? So I'm calling this, using my comments, vector. Does that make sense? There's another type of vector that we can call this logic vector. How does a logic vector look? So let's say okay, this is a logic vector. So everything inside a logic vector is logical. So when we say something is logical in R, the thing is either a true or false. So the logic type of data is true or false. I've mentioned 3 things today, right now. I mentioned numeric, which is numbers only. I mentioned character, which is alphabets or words. but you need to put them in quotes. Okay? Not just A or B or C. It can be A, B, but it will be together in quotes. It has to be in quotes for it to be a character vector. And the last one that R also recognize is what you call logical vectors. Logical vectors. Okay? It is either true or false. So I've combined four elements in a logical vector now to make a logical vector: true, false, false, true. It can be even just this. It can even be just two. Just know that these are what you call logic vectors. Is that okay? So if I run, let me give this a name. Logical vectors. So let's say I run line number 8. I run it. Bam. I run character vector and I run logic vector. And later on, I want to know what is first vector. Immediately I start typing itself, it will bring it out. All right. And I run that. The value it brings 1357. If I run power vector, I run it. See that it brings ABC. Same thing if I run logic vec. And that means true or false. So those values are stored in. All right. Remember to always use C to combine them. Okay. So we are going to. I was supposed to stop by 10. Let me see. Let me just add matrix, and we'll stop the class for today. All right. We spent a lot of
Sir,
time
please, I
trying
have
to get.
a question.
All right. Ask your question, please.
Okay, sir. Sir, please, what's the meaning of the vector itself?
Okay. So, vector, as far as how is concerned, is linear. Can I say two-dimensional? Because I'm speaking on. I don't want to talk anything that is too high now. Okay. Okay. So in it's just a two-dimensional array of information. So in this case, you have a single line of information. All right, that is a vector. As simple as that. When we start getting to more than this, maybe we are looking at not single line now, we are looking at maybe double set of information. Then we can now be talking about matrix or more than one. But if it is just a single line like this, it is a vector. So whatever it now contains will now tell you how you describe that vector, whether it is numeric vector, character vector, or logic vector. Some vectors are even combined. Some might have numbers and logic, and logic and whatever. But the content of whatever is there will depend on what you want to use it to do. All right. So the concept of, that's what the concept of vector is as far as how it's concerned. Sorry, I said two dimension, right? That is wrong. It's actually one dimension. Okay, so let me give you an example. If you use your pen to put a dot in your notebook, that dot has 0 dimension. Concept of dimension now. If you use your pen to draw a line, one line, that line is called one dimension. If you use your pen to draw a square, that square is called 2 dimension. And that is the best you can draw on a paper. But you can try to draw what looks like 3 dimension on a paper. That is when you are trying to draw a box on a paper, like a box that has 3 dimensions, 3 sides. So you understand the concept of dimensions now. So as far as the vector is concerned, it's a one-dimension array of elements. You see the examples that we are giving, they are just a straight line, 1, 3, 5. and they are not two lines, right? But if you have, you know, length, I mean up, length and breadth, then you're talking about 2 dimension. That is where rectangle comes into play. And that is where matrix come into play. Matrices. Okay? That is when we'll talk about 2 dimension. You understand that? Does that make sense now? Vectors.
Thank you, sir.
It makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. Let me explain again.
No, I understand, sir. I understand now.
Okay, thank you very much. So very quickly,
Yes,
let's hit the concept of matrix before we go for today. I wouldn't want to take much of your time. At the same time, tomorrow is a very busy day for me. So let's go into the concept of matrix. Okay, let me just let me bring the information about matrix and just comment it for you guys. So to read what is here, this is what matrices are. Sorry. They are 2-dimensional rectangular array of elements of the same type. Take note of the same type. Okay, I'm going to give an example of matrix, and you see what I'm talking about. You use C now to combine elements in a vector. There's another function you use for matrix, and the function is very simple. The function is matrix. The singular form. The ICES is a plural form of matrix. Matrix. When you're designing a matrix, what are you doing? I want to create a matrix now. I want to create a matrix of number 1 to 6. See what I did? Number 1 to 6. I used column. I didn't use dash, mind you. Number 1 to 6, but I need to give it more information. How many rows do I want? When I say rows, guys, when I say rows, I mean like this. Sorry. I just a moment. I don't know why it's hanging. Okay. When I type that, there's an issue. So let me use my hash symbol. So when I say rows, I mean like this. Rows. So just look at yourself doing something from left to right. Those are rows. Rows. So move your hand from left to right. Those are rows. Go down left to right. Those are rows. All right. But there are other things you call columns. So columns, move your hand from your head down. Move it up, down, up, down. Then going to the left or to the right. Up, down. Those are columns. So columns are standing. You stand now, you are a column. Somebody stand beside you, that person is another column. Those are columns. But a row is like, you know, something is sleeping. Another one is sleeping on it. Another one is sleeping on that. That is column for you. All right. So we are looking at matrix. So when you are designing matrix, one, you tell the matrix how many columns, how many rows. Sorry. So you use n row for that. N row equals to 2. How many columns? N columns. You see that now how it pans out. N column equals to 3. Basically, this is what you give a matrix when you are creating a matrix. And then you run that. Bam. When you run that, a matrix is created. Can you see that? Now you know what rows are. Look at the left-hand side, you see 1 and 2. Look at the up side, you see 1, 2, 3. So when you go up and down, 1 column. So 1, 2 is 1 column. 3, 4 is 2nd column. 5, 6 is 3rd column. Does that make sense? And 1, 3, 5 is 1st column. 2, 4, 6, 2nd column. That's all. I hope that makes sense. So you have been able to create a matrix. We have just been able to create a matrix. Let me add data frame. I understand our time is fast, but let me add data frame. So data frame, data frame is like a table. Data frame is like a table. So the next thing we are looking at is data frame. Data frame is like a table. So how do you do that? You start with the word data frame. Dot frame. Okay. Start with the word data frame. So how does a table look like normally? So let's say we have a table of name, age, and score. Of students in the class, their name, their age, and their score. I want to create a data frame of that. What do you do? The first thing you type is that what is the name of the first row? You said his name, right? So you create this thing. We are creating a vector now. Take note, please. Name. What's the first name of the student? First student there. Let's say John. See that I'm having multiple brackets now. John. The second name, let's say Tolu. All right. I am just done with that. I can even press enter at this stage. I'm done with the name. The next thing I want to create is their age. I will also create a vector of the age inside the data frame. See what I'm doing here, guys. So for age, let's say John is 22 for John. I'm not putting this in bracket, as you can see, is a number. And then Tolu, follow it, is age for these two persons' names. Tolu is, let's say Tolu is just 16. Go outside of that, comma. The next thing I want to add is their score. Okay. Notice I will also have to create a vector for that. But there are two scores. So let's say John scored 40 over 100, and let's say Tolu scored 61 over 100. I am done creating this data frame. But let me run it and see what comes out. Bam. Oh, it's giving me an error. What is the error here? It's saying, okay, instead of using small letter C, I went to use capital letter C here. What have I done? Small letter C. Let's see again. Now, error is gone. Look at what comes out. Look at what comes out, guys. Name, age, and score. I have just created a table. Does this make sense at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
Sir.
So we're gonna stop here. We will take on the last thing when we meet next week. So I will I'm going to send you guys the entire thing that we're supposed to do for today. You can practice it on your own. So the last one I didn't mention today is lists. So you'll see that in the notes when I send the notes to you guys, either on WhatsApp or it's likely to be on WhatsApp. I'll send it via WhatsApp. You look at it and practice it on your own. Download it and practice it on your own. That will be for this week. All right. So let's have opportunity to ask questions. Do you have any questions you want to ask? Let me know before we call it a day for today's class. Do you have any question? All right, Mr. Kika, please ask your question, sir. Reality, ask your question. Or is that for question? Somebody is waving their hands. Is the hand waving for question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please ask.
Any difference